Happy Arvo. Hello. Thank you for joining me today. So America's always the butt of every joke around the world when it comes to gun control. What happens when an American finds out that it's called a school of fish? So today, I'm interested in watching this video, how Australia's gun control experiment worked. Okay. I'm interested. Let's see. It's from Bloomberg. Come on, full screen. My gosh. This computer is on its last legs. Is this meant to be like this? Hold on. Okay, I think I fixed it. It was not meant to be like that.
Anti-gun activists in the US have been pushing for gun law reform. Australia, having made substantial changes to its gun laws, is often held as an example. The country has a very low rate of gun-related homicide when compared to the US, where people are at least 20 times more likely to be murdered by firearms.
20 times. Damn. I do wonder how much of that is like gang violence related. So there's a lot of gang, people in gangs shooting each other over like marijuana. So I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit of a different category, but holy crap, 20 times.
Stricter gun controls can't stop.
I don't know how many gangs there are in Australia.
Every mass shooting, but they have made Australia a significantly safer place.
I put gangs in quotations because it's like, what even is it? It's like these kids just decide they're in a gang and they find a gun.
Is how.
They sell some weed and it's a gang.
Australia used to have a serious problem with gun violence. Researchers define mass shootings as 5 or more deaths, not including the perpetrator. From 1979...
That's the weird thing. Wherever you're looking, the thing I hate about the media is you read one newspaper versus another, and it'll be like, oh, there were 500 mass shootings this week, or this year. And another one will be like, oh, there were 14 mass shootings this year. It's because there's different definitions. Some say it's 5 or more deaths. Others say it's 2 or more people got shot. So there really needs to be a consistent definition behind the term mass shooting. Because I'm just sick of... It really shows you how people are biased depending on which term they use, like which definition they use of the term.
As 5 or more deaths.
No matter how you cut it, we had a lot of mass shootings.
Not including the perpetrator. From 1979 to 1996, there were 13 mass shootings, resulting in...
That's, that is nothing compared to America. But then again, back then, these were the days before, like, Columbine and before it was trendy to... I don't know what happened, but there were less shootings back then.
Over 100 deaths and more than 50 injuries. However, due to the gun lobby and politicians sympathetic to their firearm-owning voters, little was done to stop gun deaths.
Being a politician and living in that bloody house is the most important thing to them. They're not worth it.
In April 1996, that all changed.
On the island of Tasmania, the worst massacre in Australian history is finally over. At least 34 people were killed and 4 others critically wounded.
Armed with 2 rifles, an AR-15 and a .308 FN, Martin Bryant made his way through Port Arthur Historic Site, killing 35 people and injuring a further 23. Both guns were semi-automatic, rapid-fire weapons, and both were legal in the state of Tasmania. At the time, the Port Arthur Massacre was the worst single-person mass shooting in global history.
Wow! How did I not know about this? Man. Tasmania, huh? Oh my God.
It utterly shocked Australians and reignited public outrage. Just 12 days later, the then Prime Minister John Howard
We're going to have to look into that one.
pushed through a sweeping set of gun regulations despite a lack of support from his rural constituency.
I'm sorry about that, but there is no other way. There is no other way.
Within a month, the government passed the National Firearms Agreement, transforming gun legislation in the country. Before the Port Arthur massacre, gun laws varied from state to state. What the agreement did was standardise the laws nationally. Certain semi-automatics and self-loading rifles and shotguns were banned. New licensing requirements were adopted, and a national firearms registry was established. The law says Australians need a genuine reason for having a firearm, such as sport shooting or for agricultural use. It doesn't include self-defense. People
Oh, that's interesting. That's a pretty gigantic, difference from here in America, where the number one reason that the advocates say we should be able to own guns is for self-defense. So here in Australia, after this law, you can't even use that as a reason. Whereas here, that's the number one reason. Interesting.
must go through background checks and wait 28 days before they can buy a gun. The government also spent $375 million to buy back 640,000 civilian-owned guns and then destroyed them.
Wow.
After the gun law reform, the total number of homicides involving a firearm decreased by half. The total number of gun-related deaths fell rapidly as well, dropping more than half in 2016 compared with 1996.
I mean, yeah, that works, huh? If you destroy $300 million worth of guns, I bet that works. That's pretty remarkable. But on the other hand, I kind of figured it would go down more after that big of a change. But that's still, I mean, there's just not that many. It can only go down so much, I guess. That's so little compared to here in America. So little. 32.
Australia didn't see a single mass shooting from 1996 to 2018, more than 22 years. However, anti-gun activists warned that following years of lobbying by pro-gun groups, Australia's strict gun laws have been eroded, and gun numbers are almost back to the same level as at the time of the Port Arthur massacre. In May 2018, a family of 7, including 4 children, were shot dead in an apparent murder-suicide in the state of Western Australia. It's brought back painful memories and uncertainty about the issue many thought had been resolved. Australia is not totally
It sucks that just one total jerk-off can go and ruin. You know, she says a lot of people thought it was resolved. It's like this one idiot went and ruined all that. 20 years of having it been resolved. Am I making sense? Anyway, I mean, you can only resolve it to whatever extent, you know what I mean? Like, either if there are still some guns in circulation, then eventually some idiot's going to get a hold of one, most likely. I don't know. That's still remarkable, though. If that's the worst in 20 years, that's way better. That happens every week here in America.
Uncertainty about the issue many thought had been resolved. Australia is not totally immune to mass shootings, but its response to the Port Arthur massacre demonstrated how strong political leadership and strict gun control policies can help curb violence and save lives.
It can definitely help curb it. But to expect it to just go away 100% completely, that's like impossible. Because even in countries where they're like China, where there's like no guns allowed at all, there's still horrible knife attacks and stuff. I'm just saying.
Policies can help curb violence and save lives.
I think Australia's done an amazing job. Is basically what I'm saying. Seems very logical and like effective. Yeah. Touchy subject, huh? Everybody's got an opinion on it. I don't really honestly have that strong of an opinion on it. I don't know what to do. That's I don't spend enough time thinking about it to know what to do. But it seems like Australia's got something figured out pretty good. Surely something needs to be done over here in the U.S. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you here again tomorrow.